Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's go ahead and let's talk about it. We are going to start off with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. All right. So the show opened up, of course, with Bambi versus Every Damn Body, and it was given all the S's. Okay. Spice, Shekinah, and Damn Scrappy. And of course, Spice is in her feelings because she feels like Erica is aware. I'm sorry, not Erica, but Bambi is aware of everything that Erica said. I'm tired of Spice. I don't know how else to say it. That's just the short answer. Like I'm getting tired of her. I do feel like there could have been a piece of bullshitting on Bambi's side, but at the end of the day, you don't have to get an attitude with that lady because she's friends with somebody else, and that's really what it was. I think Bambi did have a conversation with Erica about what happened, but I do believe that Erica did not tell her that she called that lady the monkey. Shekinah just wanted to be loud for no reason. That's why I'm glad that Eel came up there and touched on her damn leg and she went crazy and had to go off to the side. That's what you get.
That was the best part of the episode.
It's giving water snake because that's what you were giving. And then Scrappy, how did you get in it, baby? How did you get in it? Oh, I remember now. Bambi was saying that everybody was coming down on her because she is
getting a divorce.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it right out the gate. People not gonna like it. Bambi girl, you sounding like Erica Mena with all this talking about a divorce. Every time, like when they was on a boat and these people was arguing, you flipped it and was, I'm no one getting a divorce and this and that. And for me, it was just giving Erica Mena the same way she'd be up there talking about Safari. So please do not go down her road of just, thinking that everybody's really coming up against you because it got something to do with your divorce.
That you decided to do. That you decided was going to be the best thing for you.
That was I was like, Bambi girl. Nah, I can't be with you on that one.
I disagree. I disagree. I feel like what she was saying, because I ain't seen the whole thing. I just saw that episode at the beginning, the part at the beginning in the clips, when he apologized to her. But she was saying, y'all blame me. It's, it's all my fault. Why he cheated on me. It's on me. That's what she was saying. And I feel like they do.
Shekinah said you.
It was
got you. Okay.
What she got to say?
She said you wasn't fasting for your husband. You over here talking about you fasting for Spice, but not him. And she's like, "What I'm fasting for him, but he cheated on me."
And I also think that in their group, Scrappy goes around telling everybody, and people kind of be on Scrappy's, oh, she talked to me bad. She wasn't appreciating me. She wasn't showing me the love, and she was acting funny with me. I really do think a lot of them are blaming Bambi for why the marriage did not work out, even though he cheated on her. Mm-hmm. And when he said in front of everybody, how you just gonna leave me over some text messages? You ain't never really loved me if you gonna leave me over some text messages. Sir, it's not just the text messages. It's you being an asshole and a bum energetically this entire time. I think she was already tired, and when she saw the text, it was over. The only difference between her and Erica is that she not still fucking Scrappy. There's nothing about their situation that makes me feel like she's still fucking him. And on top of that, I feel like Scrappy is still doing shit to antagonize Bam. Plus, I don't think Bambi really wanted a divorce. So I think her crying about the divorce is because, it hasn't really happened. It's still fresh, so it hasn't even fully went through. Then you on the show and everybody's coming down on you. And then you got Shekinah talking about he saved you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they were just poking at every single one of the things that bothers Bam that they always say. I do not feel like Scrappy saved Bam. I think that Bambi was already, in the reality TV world when they got together. You really wanted to be with that lady. Stop fucking fronting. And honestly, she probably saved you because she seems to be the one more financially stable. So I don't know how he saved her when she gave him 3 kids, married him, legitimized him, all for him to turn around and make himself look like an asshole all over again. Girl, you can't save him. Don't try.
I believe that all of that is true. But I also feel like in that scene, Bambi was looking for sympathy when it came to Scrappy, because it didn't seem like they was talking about Scrappy at all before they got to that scene. It seemed like she was talking about arguing with Spice. Scrappy shows up, and then you decide to say, everybody wants to attack Bambi. It's kill Bambi. It's this. And I'm going through a divorce, but y'all don't know what he did. And as soon as she said that, I said, shit, here we go.
But that was Shekinah, though. I think that would
Shekinah.
Shekinah prompted her saying that, because remember it was about, oh, you was fasting, because Shekinah was explaining
Right.
that Erica said they fasted and she didn't believe the shit, and she was like, but how can you say that's fake? You don't know. She was like, I know y'all wasn't fasting, because if you was fasting you still have your husband. And so that's how she got on
Mhm.
to
Okay.
the
Um.
Scrappy train, and then he walked
So
in like right then, spoke to everybody
my
but her.
other thing that I was thinking was whenever later on in episode she said, and I'm saying two things could be true. Scrappy is fucked up. I'm not saying
Mhm.
that Bambi did anything wrong, but I'm saying that it's noticeable to me that she was looking for sympathy because later on in the scene, she ends up saying, nobody stood up for me. And to me, I
Mm.
think that she probably shouldn't have even went on a trip knowing he was going to be there because they're not in a good spot. They're not in a good spot. You know that he manipulates the friend group. You know you have a group of friends that don't support you. So
Right.
to me, I just hated to see her feel like she had to beg in that scene for somebody to say, hey, make him the bad guy. And I'm like, girl, you don't have to do that. Fuck all these people and go collect your piece.
True. And when she talks about people not having her back, I'm like, well, then shit, your closest friend is Sierra. I guess she could have probably spoke up and said more. You know what I'm saying? With having your back and stuff. So, but yeah, what did you guys think about the Amy versus Rennie situation? Because of course they had some exchange of words. They seemed like they resolved it, but initially, when this argument was happening, Amy was telling, I believe she talking to Bambi, and she was like, or Sierra, one of the two. She was like, "Don't argue with that." I do think it was a shot at Shekinah. I think it was giving like that, to like, or whatever. But at the end of the day, I do think Rennie was being messy as hell. And what I did not like was how every time Rennie and Amy get into it, they always go to Amy, to me, and try to tell Amy that she's the one that's doing too much. And I don't like that at all. I'm not even gonna lie. Look, I was like, girl, I mean, is it giving a piece of colorism? Like, what is it? I mean, is it giving that? Because how is she wrong? Like, she ain't even do nothing. Rennie was being messy, period. Because she didn't have to go back and relay nothing. That's
Who
what she
said
chose to
Amy was
do.
wrong?
Yandy. Yandy
Oh,
over
I
there
don't even
trying to
remember
talk to her,
that.
telling her she do too much and she needs to, like, tone it down and da 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 da. And I'm like, first of all, Yandy, why are you here? You trying to find your placement in the group. So
Yeah,
you
they just
always trying to hop into
spectators.
other people's business and stuff. Everybody's business she's in. But I just feel like Rennie was wrong. But I feel like if they really move past their issue, I really think they'll be some good friends. I
Hmm.
really think they will really like each other.
It don't even
But
seem like they really want to beef like that to me. At least on Rennie's
no,
side. Rennie being messy, but it's always like, oh, we beefing, but I could let it go. That's the vibes I'm getting.
right. Well, I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I mean, because she do be really mad with Rennie though. I don't know what it be, if it really bothers her. Rennie be just trying to play it cool, but you be sneaky as fuck. So I don't really trust that.
It was
I don't
messy.
trust that. And I feel like Amy was right when she said, you over there trying to be messy. This had this lady checking me. Now I feel like I need to check you. And then that's when we really get into some things. But I don't think that Amy was wrong for saying that. No, like nobody said anything. They literally overlooked what the hell Rennie did. I didn't
Hmm.
like that.
She said, I was just stating what everybody did. Girl, nah. You and that girl was already having issues before. So you heard out of everybody and wanted to make sure everybody knew what was said coming from her mouth.
Exactly. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jarrell Corbett. They infiltrated the law enforcement and government too. I believe he's referring to Ashton Kutcher and all of those people in Scientology and stuff. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's see what else we got going on. Kirk. Kirk convinces Scrappy to have the conversation with Bambi.
I immediately
So
started rolling my eyes. Why is Kirk and
why
Rashida think they the relationship gurus of the group?
that's because they've been together the longest. They've been together the longest, and I get maybe because they feel like they've been through the most stuff, they feel like they can counsel people.
Mm.
But they sent Scrappy over there for no reason because I knew it wasn't going anywhere. I mean, I appreciated him for apologizing, which was nice. I'm like, okay, you apologizing to, I appreciate that. It might be a piece of genuine, but it's not going to change anything. It seemed like when he grabbed her hands to like look at her in her eyes and really say like, hey, I love you. I love you. Da da da. I'm like, dang, are you trying? Is this your way of trying to convince her to not go through with the divorce? Is that what it's really giving?
That's what I was thinking. I feel like that's what Kirk was low key trying to do. But that goes back to Bambi's point of feeling like people ain't on her side. They want her to say, forget it. You love this man. Go ahead and stay. And I feel like that's what they wanted to come from it. Scrappy knows that he's at fault for the reason why they're getting a divorce, but
Mm-hmm.
it's insane to me that he's narcissistic enough to blame Bambi for being the one to actually file and not really acknowledge his bullshit. And people like Kirk are still allowing him to get by on it. So
It's
that scene did
also
nothing to me.
it's also a whole bunch of people in the comments talking about Bambi's not innocent and Bambi don't never admit to doing anything wrong. And it's just like, so what do y'all want her to admit to? The lady literally stood up in the scene and said it's all her fault. She's the reason why. And y'all still in the comments still. She's not doing enough for y'all. She didn't cheat on him. He cheated on her. He says in the scene that she's a great mother to their children. Like, what is she supposed to be admitting to in order for y'all to feel like she's worthy of people having sympathy for the space that she's in, being somebody's wife, doing everything you can, the nigga dog you out, and you decide that you're not gonna stay to get dogged out again, and you just leave and you're the bad guy. I really want to understand what people's mindset is about this, because to me it just seems like y'all want to find a way to blame the woman no matter what. Even when the man is caught red-handed fucking his ex-girlfriend, y'all are still gonna find a way to blame her for whatever this nigga did. And that's exactly what she was saying in the scene. Y'all doing it in the comments. Y'all been doing it. I saw somebody earlier talking about how she was talking about how she did money. How did she do a money exactly? Tell me how she did money. Because if you believe in what Erica said, you should take whatever Erica says with a grain of salt. This is the same person that we watched go through shit with Scrappy for over decade plus. We watch her and Scrappy argue about Scrappy, and then she turns around and says that all of the issues they had was because of Bambi. And somehow you want me to believe anything coming out of fucking Erica's mouth about money? Get out of here with that. At the end of the day, his apology was forced on him because that's what production wanted him to do. And he need to get that check, but he didn't really mean it. But when he sat there and told her he was sorry and fessed up to what was really going on, he then turns into, I love you. No, for real. I love you. I love you. And do you know why she kept her shades on even when it wasn't even over her ears? Do you know why? Because she don't want this nigga to see her eyes, because she really wants to fall for this. She wants to, but she knows she can't. He was trying to get her wrapped up. He was trying to get her to respond to him in like. And when she didn't respond to him in like, when he couldn't go to her room after all of this and fuck her that night, I promise you it was back to fuck Bambi and it's all her fault. So yeah, whatever
Yeah,
y'all gotta say.
when he was doing all that apologizing, when he said "I love you" for the second time, I was like,
Mm.
"Oh yeah, he's trying to go to her room tonight."
That's what that was giving. He thought he was gonna be back in there. That's what he thought. And you thought
Mm.
wrong, Scrap. Was there anything else about the episode? I feel like the episode didn't give a whole lot. Did we? I mean, was there anything else that we cared to touch on with them?
Nah, I think we covered everything.
That's what I think too.